Imagine waking up one morning and discovering your nation isn't just under pressure, but at war. Not with a single enemy, but with entire world powers. A war that isn't fought just on battlefields, but in the skies, at sea, in boardrooms, markets, and living rooms. This is the reality Iran's president says his people now face. A full-scale confrontation with the United States, Israel, and even Europe. Welcome to the new chapter of global conflict. Before we dive deeper into this unfolding crisis, if you're finding value in this narrative, like this video, subscribe to Around the World and consider supporting us on Buy Me a Coffee. Your support helps us bring you deep, unbiased, and well-researched stories from around the globe. The spark that lit this geopolitical tinderbox dates back to June 2025, when Israel launched unprecedented airstrikes on Iranian territory, specifically targeting nuclear, military, and civilian infrastructure deep inside Iran. The United States soon joined the operation, striking Iranian nuclear facilities at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, declaring a mission to halt Tehran's nuclear ambitions. What followed was a 12-day intense exchange of violence and military operations, involving missiles, drones, air raids, and strategic bombing. Iran's leaders described the conflict as brutal and costly, and international negotiations stalled. Now, 6 months after that war, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian claims the confrontation has evolved into something new. A full-scale, multifaceted war involving political, economic, cultural, and security pressures. At the center of this storm is Masoud Pezeshkian, the president of Iran. A seasoned physician-turned-politician who now must steer his nation through one of its most fraught periods in decades. He spoke directly to the Iranian public and the world, asserting that Western nations are attempting to bring Iran to its knees. Across the globe, US President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu have made Iran the centerpiece of their diplomatic and military strategy, vowing to stop what they describe as a budding nuclear threat. Iran has reported the deaths of nearly 100 Iranians, including high-ranking military commanders and nuclear scientists from the June conflict. In Israel, retaliatory missile attacks by Iran killed at least 28 people. Analysts say this is not a conventional war. One international conflict specialist noted, "This confrontation today is far more complex than traditional wars. It's economic sanctions, information warfare, political isolation, and military threats all fused into one." Iran's foreign minister also warned that US strikes on its nuclear facilities will have everlasting consequences, calling them violations of international law and the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Just this week, the United Nations resumed bitter exchanges over stalled nuclear talks, with Washington demanding Iran cease uranium enrichment, a demand Tehran rejects as an infringement on its sovereignty. Only days ago, Iran seized a foreign oil tanker in the strategic Strait of Hormuz, detaining its crew. A bold move, signaling Iran's willingness to assert control over global energy routes. Meanwhile, Iran has launched 3 domestically built satellites into orbit with Russia, a development that demonstrates an expanding technological and strategic partnership amid these geopolitical tensions. What's unfolding right now isn't just about geopolitics. It's about global security, energy markets, nuclear stability, and alliances that have held since World War II. A full-scale war narrative from Iran's leadership signals, diplomatic bridges burning, and a world inching closer to unpredictable outcomes. The economic sanctions hitting Iran have pushed inflation into double digits and destabilized its currency, adding urgency to domestic pressures as society grapples with daily hardship. In the heart of Tehran and the corridors of Washington, in the deserts of the Middle East and on trading floors around the world, echoes of one question remain. Can humanity avoid the horrors of another wide-scale war? Or are we already living in it? Only time will tell.